Welcome back to I Bought Toys Today. It's a show where two old friends enjoy the best part of the toy collecting hobby, telling each other what we bought. And once again, I'm John.
I'm Cohan.
And we're back. It's been a little while since our last episode. And since that last episode, I'm pretty sure all we've done is sleep and buy toys.
Pretty much it, yeah.
So what I want to invite you to do today as our viewing audience is to get comfy. Put on some slippers, get yourself some hot cocoa, and settle in. Because it's going to be a big one. Because since our last episode, something significant has changed in our lives. And that change is that I introduced Cohan to Whatnot.
And I knew what Whatnot was. I'd seen it on some of my favorite podcasts. I'd just never been on it. And then I got on it. And it's a horrible, horrible addiction.
Get comfortable. We've got a lot of toys to talk about.
We do. So, before we get into the Whatnot haul, and I don't remember if I talked about this on a previous episode. I belong to another group called Neotech, and a fellow was offering to sell his G.I. Joe Lego set, and it's not really Lego. I believe it's called Cur-O, something along those lines, or Cur-Zero, and I ended up buying the entire set, which included the Terrordrome, the Arashikage Dojo, the water platform, some vehicles, and just a ton of little G.I. Joe Lego figures. So I bought the entire set. It's set up there. There's no way I can display it online. I just grabbed who was close and who looked cool. Storm Shadow's right there. And I've got them all set up at in their little stations. And it's a great little setup. So that's just to kick us off.
I like that you have a whole G.I. Joe set. And you're like, you know what I need is a second, smaller G.I. Joe set.
On a smaller scale, right.
Yeah.
But to go big, when we got on Whatnot, and I was jumping from shops to sellers, what have you. My very first purchase will also not be able to be seen on screen. My very first purchase on Whatnot, shout out Toys in the Attic, I believe. I bought the original 1983. I think it's 83. It's 83 or 85. G.I. Joe headquarters. And since then, I have set up some Joes in there. There's a whole scene going on there. So, first two purchases really can show they're kind of immovable objects because of their setup and what have you.
We'll put pictures of them up on the Instagram. Why not?
I could do that. Did I text you pictures of the headquarters?
Probably.
All right. We're going to stay with G.I. Joe because it's the one and only classified figure that's going to appear. Out of this whole pile of toys, one classified figure.
I also have one classified figure.
I'm just waiting for the others to, the others are in pre-order. But it's an odd choice. But again, on the Whatnot, the seller had him up and I was happy with the price. Cheaper than I would find him normally around, but I went ahead and got Mole Rat.
Okay.
Yeah. It's an interesting choice. It's a different kind of character. But I was like, I'm kind of becoming a completionist. And for the price, I said, okay, sold American. So I went and bought that. These first few are just quicks. Then, again, I don't collect Transformers. That's what John said before he started collecting Motu. But I do have that Transformers Jazz I showed last time. And I went ahead and bought my second. Oh, he's up there. The second favorite character was Brawn. Now, this Brawn is nothing like the original Brawn, which I dug out because I still have. That's the original Brawn.
Okay.
He doesn't. He's one of the little guys. He doesn't look good transformed as a robot. But I was like, yeah. So I went ahead. Jazz needs a buddy. So I went and go ahead and pulled Brawn. I did not transform him. He came like this. I don't know what he looks like in his vehicle form. He'll probably never go into his vehicle form. But so a couple of quick hits. But let's dive into the world of Marvel so we can get that out of the way. of one of my vast collections. And we'll start with, let's go with an old tried and true again on Whatnot. I will say this about Whatnot, and John and I have had this conversation.
Okay.
If you've never been on it and you're bidding, what I like is, unless the site is designed to, and there are a couple of that I've been on that you're trying to outbid somebody. But usually when you're talking to, at least when I've been talking to one of the sellers, focus on one item or object they have that I want, and they pull it out and they throw a price on it and I place a bid on it, I have yet to be bid. No one else has bid on what I wanted, unless it was an open bid to begin with. And I have to say I'm pleased with that. I don't know if that works for everybody else, but not me. It's worked great for me.
Nope.
So
I have.
Oh,
I had that experience until I no longer had that experience.
well, and again,
and
like the only time that happened is on sites where they were like, "This is just an open bidding site. We're not going to do we're not going to do bundles, packages, whatever. We are going to just start this guy off at $1. Everybody chime in and see who lasts longest."
I know.
So, well,
I have both sniped and been sniped.
yeah.
So it very rarely, but it has happened.
We'll start with a tried and true. Didn't even know this 2-pack existed. Thought I had the Iron Fist. Didn't. But came Power Man and Iron Fist.
Nice.
Classic comic 2-pack. Marvel Universe. I should have looked at the date beforehand. It's too dark over here. 2010. It's a little Power Man and Iron Fist to start us off. We all know when they go right there. There's a spot in the wall. You can see by the picture over here. I redid the walls too a little bit.
It's a strong start.
Then, staying in, remember I said I wanted to build a Marvel Universe shelf, MCU shelf, Marvel Cinematic Universe. So I ordered Doctor Strange, and got Doctor Strange, not realizing it's the wrong Doctor Strange.
That's not the MCU Strange.
No, but he's a really good-looking figure as well. Just the colors, he looks like the comic book, and I really like him. But that was soon remedied as there's Doctor Strange from the MCU.
Excellent.
Staying with that MCU shelf, we're going to go ahead and put the Wasp, who will hang next to Ant-Man. Hey, and I got some of these at really good deals, and some of them as bundles. And I know I had her last, I think on the last episode I had her, but not MCU. But now we got MCU Black Widow, Scarlett Johansson, looking good.
There you go.
My very first Spider-Man figure since I was but a lad. And we go ahead and got little Tom Holland. Little Spidey.
That's a good one. Because that's in the, I'll say the current suit, right? Like his classic.
Yeah.
That's a good look.
That's
Did it come with like a Spider-Man head? Like a masked one?
Yep. Yeah. In fact, I'm going to have him, he'll be holding it. Yeah.
I was going to say it's real tin. Because that is, it's the most Spider-Man looking movie Spider-Man.
Like it's good.
I really like that one.
And not MCU version, but finally I found a version for a really good price. Probably updated once I found an MCU version, but finally, the Hulk. Yeah, big beefy guy.
Big.
I got him at a good price too. So he'll go on the shelves as well, and I'll have 3 different Marvel shelves, but that's okay. 4 different Marvel shelves.
Nothing wrong with that.
There we go. Oh wait, one more MCU guy. Way out there. Had the comics when I was a kid. Really liked the figure, even though he's not the best character out there. But a little bit of Rom the Space Knight.
Oh, cool.
Even comes with Rom issue number 1, which I have, actually, somewhere around here. One of those comic boxes. Yeah, I remember as a kid loving this guy. Don't know why. Hardly remember much about him. But when I saw the figure, I was like, it sparked some of that nostalgia. So I went ahead and scooped up around. And I don't know if he's coming out of the package. He looks so good in it.
Hey, as someone who bought 2 Crystar figures, I support you.
Oh, by the way, all those other Marvels I showed all came in box except the Hulk. He was the only one I bought out of box. Really? So I've unboxed them since. But that's my little Marvel, Joe, and Transformer haul to start us off.
Excellent. I'll start with my smallest pile of the evening as well. and it feels appropriate to follow your Marvel Legends with my Marvel Legends, um, because I have used my time on Whatnot to acquire a handful of like final members of my Marvel Legends lineup, um, most of whom I've put on my shelf already, and I'm not taking them down because it's just way too much work. So if I mean the Hawkeye amongst you, you can see a Spiral up there, which was a fantastic looking figure. Um, there's a Bloodstorm in there from the Mutant X line, which went nicely with the Toy Biz one that I had. And it was, these all came loose, so we're at a very good price. I got a Magic, which I'm always surprised that I'm not more of a Magic fan, because the issue where Ileana is trapped in limbo and ages up to the age where she can actually become Magic was like the first issue of X-Men I ever read. So she has a very important place just in my love of X-Men. So I'm surprised I'm not a bigger fan of her, but the figure was real nice. Um, so I picked it up at the same time that I also picked up. You can't see it, but I finally got my Pyro, which I'd been waiting for, um, and trying to find, because it's one of the last ones from the arcade game and the Pride of the X-Men Brotherhood team that I needed. I think the only one I'm still missing from that is like the Hellfire Club Emma Frost, which I'm probably never going to get because it's like $100, and I'm not doing that. But I also got these. The one that started that was this Luz Talandra, um, which I'd been hoping to find Luce since like she was announced, because she came in a Wolverine 2-pack with one of the least interesting Wolverines that they put in a 2-pack. It was the Wolverine who was mutating into a Brood, which, while I like the Brood storyline, I don't like it that much. So I'm really happy to pick her up. She usually stands up there right next to my Gladiator figure, because I do like sort of the going to space side of the X-Men. Big Corsair fan, big Imperial Guard fan. I got an MCU figure, Cohan. I got multiple MCU figures.
Oh.
First up, it was very inexpensive, and I've been looking for one of them. So I got a Star-Lord. I think this is the same one you have.
No, I have the only Star Lord I have is the Guardians 3.
Okay, so I did that one.
I've been
but
looking. I've been thinking about picking him up.
Yeah, I wanted one because I have the whole Guardians 3 line when they're in their uniforms, but I wanted sort of a, I'll say, more classic MCU Star-Lord when it's just him in his jacket. And I hate to say it, I might end up getting another one because this doesn't come with like a second head. I love that it has like his guns, but it doesn't have like his mask. So I wouldn't be surprised if, at a toy show or something, looking for a loose Star-Lord with the mask. Next up, I saw these at a show and bundled them together to get a really nice set because I wouldn't want one without the other. So I finally got the Deadpool 2 Cable and Domino. Cable and Domino. X-Force, fantastic. I've always said I don't appreciate the Deadpool movies as much as I should. As someone who is a big Cable fan, a big X-Men fan, big X-Force fan, it's like it is a very successful, like, major studio movie with Cable in it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, tell me something you never thought would happen in your lifetime, and like you can nitpick the storyline they gave her, the characterization. It's still pretty Cable. Like, metal arm, big gun. What do you want?
Right.
So found a gentleman at the Marysville Toy Show who was getting rid of his collection. Got a real good price for these. I'll be talking more about Cable later in the show, so I won't go into too much depth now. But happy to get this one to add him to the collection. And my final Marvel legend Another cool thing that I found on Whatnot was the Toy Biz Build-A-Figure Onslaught for a price that almost seems embarrassing for a Build-A-Figure, like, to go that cheaply. Um, I'm now pretty sure I have all the Onslaught figures.
That's
Because
impressive.
you can't see them, but like the old Toy Biz one is that shadow right there. The other Build-A-Figure one is right there. So I'd like having this, definitely a phase 2 Onslaught here in his secondary form. And boy, it's been a while since I've seen a Toy Biz Marvel Legend, and man, how times have changed. Um, this just looks. I know it's still a Marvel Legend, but it looks like it's from a completely different line, and a completely different era. But it's a big ol' Onslaught. It was very inexpensive, and I like it. So those were my
Good.
Marvel Legends. Not a huge haul, but there's still plenty of X-Men left for me to talk about.
Well, shall we dive into the world of WWE?
Go for it.
Because my rings needed more crowding. We're going to start with a classic tag team that came with tag team titles. We're going to go APA, Farouk and Bradshaw.
Very good.
Just, yeah, the Acolytes, great classic tag team belts.
The Attitude Era had such good tag teams.
Oh, they did. And there's, the guys.
Big Farouk fan.
Big men. Kind of an odd pull. It may have been I won't go into the story, but now I have to find at least 2 more figures to kind of go with this. But I pulled Classic Warlord.
Oh, wow.
Powers of Pain. Yeah. Big, beefy guy.
It's a cool looking figure.
Yeah. Look at him. Warlord. I finally went and pulled the trigger and got myself a Rey Mysterio. This is one of the ones on Whatnot where it was down to 5 seconds, and I had him for $1. And that's when somebody jumped in. And then it became a matter of principle.
Wow.
So, still, only for $12, I think it ended up being the final cost, which is still a good price. I went ahead and got Rey.
It's a good price, but it's a lot more than $1.
Yeah. But Batman Rey.
That's pretty good.
So, yeah. Good Rey. Good little Rey. I've never had a Rey Mysterio.
Rey Mysterio is the next wrestler on my list, but I have specific ones in mind.
Yeah.
He's a top 5 guy for me.
I didn't, and that's why when he was like $1, I'm like, there's a steal. That's a steal.
Yeah.
And then, we'll stay with the superhero gimmick. Because, John, you need to stand back. There's a hurricane coming through. Dun, 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 dun. Little soft goods cape.
Wow.
Again, not the hurricane I want. I want the crew cut with the green hair.
Yeah, I was gonna say long-haired hurricane is an interesting choice.
Yeah, but for the price, I couldn't pass him up. And just that bright green, beautiful. Good. Yeah, and that's what some of these figures ended up just being, because they were so inexpensive. I kept pulling the trigger. So while we're pulling the trigger, unfortunately, this wrestler has recently been released, but never got the justice she deserved, I don't think. But former NXT Women's Champion Shayna Baszler, the Queen of Spades, little towel around her neck, nice little sculpting, hands in the spade. Oops.
Is that what that is?
Better. Yeah. So, NXT title.
Thanks.
Nice. Liked it. And we'll go, still staying in NXT. And I really came to like this guy, not even for wrestling, but for the YouTube channel he did with his mates, playing Uno and video games and what have you. And it's Adam Cole, baby. It's a nice Adam Cole figure.
Love Adam.
He came with a different head, but come on, man. And also the NXT title. So, 2 NXTers there. Then we went ahead and just add to this pile of wrestlers. But what? What?
No, I'm not playing along.
Oh, little Stone Cold, little Stone Cold action. And he came with a cooler.
Oh my god,
Wait.
cooler's very good.
Wait, and a can of beer.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the cooler does open. The beer can go in the cooler.
Obviously.
And now he's happy.
There you go.
Look at that. Little Stone Cold. Yeah.
It's Stone Cold.
That is a good Stone Cold. I liked it. Then you recently got British Bulldog.
Mm-hmm.
And so did I, but this one is not entitled the British Bulldog. It's actually Davey Boy Smith. Classic tag team Davey Boy.
Somehow looks older than the version I have.
Exactly, yeah. But
80s were rough.
Little Matilda comes with him. He can walk Matilda down the ringside.
Oh man!
So we got Davey Boy and his Bulldog.
Is that a WWE figure?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know they did.
I can't remember what set, and it's not that old. I don't think it's that old. But yeah, I like the Davey Boy you got as well. But this screams.
That's very good.
Davey Boy Smith.
Yeah.
And finally, my most recent actually showed up yesterday, as a matter of fact. One of my favorite tag teams growing up. Now remember, I'm older. 1980s, you had the U.S. Express, Barry Windham and Mike Rotundo. And managed by Captain Lou. They won the tag team titles, lost them at WrestleMania 1 to the Iron Sheik and Nikolai Volkov. They eventually regained them. Finally lost them. But Mike Rotundo, my buddy and I were huge fans, and he liked Barry Windham best, and I always loved Mike Rotundo more. And when am I ever going to get a Mike Rotundo action figure? They're never going to make Mike Rotundo.
Hopefully.
Unless you don't do your taxes.
No.
Because then you're going to get IRS. Glasses removable, his tax briefcase, nice little suspenders and tie. And when I saw him, and again, for the price I saw him at, I was like, you know what? I'm pulling the trigger. So I went, and I really liked it. I mean, he looks like that classic heel.
You know what that figure reminds me of? I think it's something about how the suspenders sit. It reminds me of those old Ghostbuster figures. Like, I feel like if you squeeze his legs, like, his body's going to flip around, and there's going to be some, like, horrifying, screaming mouth, like, inside of him or something.
I don't know.
That's good fun.
Yeah, but see, then this now justifies I need a Ted DiBiase so I can have Money Inc. together.
Yeah. Boo DiBiase.
So lots of wrestlers there to fill out my shelves or my rings. So yeah, that's my little WWE haul. Anything catch you off guard there?
No. That's all pretty good.
Okay.
What?
I passed the torch.
Okay.
What?
What?
No, anything surprising that I got?
No.
Not that they weren't good figures.
I mean, they're all wrestlers. So.
Yeah.
Speaking of things that fill out your collection, I found just, and not even from Whatnot, like I've been going to different stores, like over the past month or so, and have found a bunch of fun things. So I have just sort of odds and ends that don't fit necessarily neatly into a collection, like a pile of Marvel Legends or anything. First off, one of my favorite figures of the year came in since our last episode. And a very important piece for my Motu collection. The new Eternia King Randor arrived. Soft cape, sword, and scepter that combines into a spear. King Randor head. The crown doesn't come off, his whole hair comes off. And it's like he's just bald underneath this, so you can put the helmet on. Like the armor comes off, the armor comes off, chest piece comes off too, if you're into that sort of thing. I had King Randor as a kid, and he was weirdly one of my favorite He-Man figures. Like he saw as much action on the battlefield as battle armor He-Man did, and I don't know why. I don't know if the crown is as good as a helmet, and that counted. The cape was good. Like he's just a good looking, like looks like a king.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's a good looking figure, and it does exactly what I love these new Eternia figures for. It looks like the old one, but I don't want to say grown up, like improved, updated, made with you know modern materials and processes. So it's just a cool looking figure, and I love having a King Randor. The only classified figure that I'm going to talk about today found this the Marysville Toy Show, got from the same guy I got Cable from. I got the little Twilight Commando here. So now my third version of a Crimson Guard comes in a 2-pack with, was it the Steel Brigade Commander or something?
Yeah.
And I saw that the guy had it on the table, and I went up to him, and I'm thinking to myself, like, as long as this guy doesn't say the price on this is like wildly higher than what it would be if I bought it online, like I'm getting it now. Like if it's the same price, like I'll save on the shipping and everything. And I was like, how much for this? And he gave me a price that was lower than retail, and I went, I will take it right now. Don't ask any more questions. Give it to me.
You know what? I forgot. They're sitting on my table. I got them too.
Yeah. I just think this is one of the coolest looking figures they've made. Do you know any? Like, is this from the comic books? Has it ever appeared
not
in
to my
GI Joe
knowledge,
media?
No,
Because it's
I think it's I think it was a way for them to make the second Steel Brigade character the because there were several different versions of the mail away you could get. I think it was just a way to pair him with somebody.
That's right, there were. Like the half cape, very cool. Like the color scheme, right up my alley. Like the fact that the cape is black on the back and red in the front, like real slick. And as much as I joke about like them about any toy line that just makes like a stealth version of a figure by like, oh, we'll paint it black. Like I'll still buy them because it looks cool. Because everything is better if it's just a little stealthier, so I support it. Like this is one of the coolest looking GI Joes like they've ever made. So I was real happy to just find it out in the wild, and grab it. What's up?
I think there are two more I didn't talk about. It's just been so long since I did it, and I've had them set up on my table. But I don't know if I talked about. I scooped up Lieutenant Falcon and the Night Creeper.
Oh,
They're engaged in combat right now. That's so they're out there somewhere.
At one of my nearby toy stores, went up there one day to look for a piece for a new collection I'm starting that I'll talk about later. Didn't find it, but I did find this. And you might remember me telling you about this, Kohan. It's just been that long since we've recorded one of these episodes. I found an X-Men jigsaw puzzle.
Fantastic.
It is unopened. It is from, like, it has a Toys R Us sticker on it for $2.49.
I was going to say $2.50.
It is a Rosart brand puzzle from 1992. And look at how cool that is. And what's interesting about it, Wolverine, Cyclops, Nightcrawler, Archangel, Apocalypse, Juggernaut, Magneto. Other than Storm not being on here, those are all the figures that came in the very first line of Toy Biz, like X-Men figures.
Oh.
And I can't think that's a coincidence. But what is going to eat me alive This is still sealed after 30, almost 35 years.
Mm-hmm.
That free toy surprise has to still be in there.
Oh my!
And I haven't like I don't know what it is. I haven't searched the internet to see if like it's written down anywhere of like what it could be. I assume it's some like little PVC figure, but of what?
It could be a ring or like a tattoo.
It,
I mean, we're
it could
talking
be anything,
92.
even a boat. And you know how
It could
much
be a
we've wanted one of
boat.
those. Um, so I think this is fantastic.
That's
I
great.
was so stoked. I'm so conflicted about opening it. It even says factory seal on the seal.
Yeah, I don't think you can do that.
Because like if I opened it, I would do the puzzle.
Right, but
Because it's a cool puzzle.
you would probably be horribly disappointed in the toy surprise.
Yeah, it's a surprise. Um, Going back to cool things I found on Whatnot, I ordered this from a seller on there, along with two more figures that I'll talk about later. Um, because how could I say no to the set of X-Force mini-mates? Especially this four, like Cable Domino again, but also Shatterstar, who has a long and storied history on this channel of how great that is, but also Cannonball. In a look that they've almost never made a figure out of, and I don't know why. They always go like 1991 Cannonball and never 1993 Cannonball. So like I didn't know this existed. I stumbled on it looking for something else and went, oh no. Because how am I like that's the
Are you
team.
going to crack it open?
I don't know. Only because, or I should say, the only reason I might not is just like displaying them and having room for them.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I could just put them up there on the shelf, like in front of, because that's the little X-Force section up there. You can see Shatterstar. Um, they fit nicely up there. I'm not like the box is great, but it's not in like amazing shape or anything. So it wouldn't be a tragic loss, but undecided.
Yes.
Couple, probably a few weeks ago at this point, um, took a trip to Big Fun in downtown Columbus, which is such a ridiculous toy store. If you're ever in the area, check it out. It's downtown, so it's a compact store. What's wrong, buddy?
My laptop plug.
Right there.
My what? Okay.
Took a trip to Big Fun in downtown Columbus. It's downtown, so it's a small, compact store, but it has like more toys per square inch than almost anything I've ever seen. And I was just perusing to see what I could find, and I found something I never thought I would actually see in real life. I bought two things at that store that day. One thing I'll talk about later, I did not know existed. This one I never thought I'd see. And that is how I got a carded Defender of the Earth Flash Gordon. They move around in there, but it's got both the accessories. The back is the back. Still have the price tag on there. Like the card's not in the world's greatest condition, but what do you want? It's like a 40-year-old action figure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 1985.
Jeez.
Speaking of things we're not talking about, I have both the Galoob Defenders of the Earth Flash Gordon and Phantom up there on my shelf already. Because you can find loose figures, but finding a 40-year-old carded figure for a price that was perfectly reasonable. And I bought it, so it couldn't have been that bad. And this is at the place where I asked them what like their carded Ronin warriors were going for, and went, "Oh no, thank you." But this one, perfectly fine. Super stoked, because like, sure, it's a little creased across the middle there, so wobbles a bit, but that's still a good looking card. Like you can see the logo, you can see the pictures. The flash is in great shape. A figure that I didn't personally have growing up, but I knew people who did. So was so like I'm so tickled to have a carded Defenders of the Earth figure. There's two other things. I found one of these on Whatnot. I know this section's taken so much longer than I thought it would be, but these are such cool things that just needed to take their time. One of these things I found on Whatnot, which feels like a weird thing to order from Whatnot. The other, actually ordered off of Instagram, which I may not do again anytime soon because it took like 2 months to get here. But first off, you've seen this before, Kohan. But how cool is this Skeleton Warriors poster? Like, this art is so inappropriately awesome
for Skeleton Warriors.
For Skeleton Warriors. It's also cool because on the back it does have like, I don't want to call it a comic strip.
It's like a comic in the newspaper almost.
Yeah,
it's
like a mini comic, but like the art on this, especially the good guys at the top, goes so hard that like, who took Skeleton Warriors this seriously?
Whoever drew that,
right? And I appreciate it. 1994, by the way. Thank you, Landmark Entertainment Group. Yeah, I don't see like a signature or anything that I can look up or anything. But that was too cool to pass up. Sadly, in the time since last we've recorded, I haven't actually gotten any more Skeleton Warriors. There's only 2 I need to finish off the collection, and I keep running into them, but at like ridiculous prices for Skeleton Warriors. And then maybe the vehicles, but what I keep finding is stuff related to them that I didn't know exist, which makes me think that somebody had really high hopes for this property. Someone thought Skeleton Warriors was going to be a hit, and like the next He-Man, the next Ninja Turtles, or whatever. So they went in on it, which is the only reason I think I was able to find a Skeleton Warrior shampoo bottle.
That's great. That's got to be in Figure of the Year.
Hold out your hand. No, like it's no. It is empty and not gross, thankfully. But yeah, like, why does this exist? Off of Skeleton Wars, a TV show that has like 12 episodes or something.
Yeah, but that was the 80s and 90s when it came to cartoons.
Like, they had, back in 93, they had high hopes for this. And they should have, because it's awesome. And people didn't appreciate Skeleton Warriors, but it's a great idea, and they should bring it back. We need more science fantasy like that. They should fight skeletons in space with laser swords. Like, that's the dream. So this, one of the coolest things, and at the same time, one of the stupidest things I've ever found, which is exactly what I'm looking for. Give me that sweet spot of, this is awesome, and it's so dumb. And that sweet spot is Skeleton Warriors.
Yes, it really is.
That's that pile, Kohan. What do you got?
Well, strap yourself in.
You got something better than Skeleton Warrior shampoo bottle?
No, just a lot of it. And we'll
Okay.
go to one of my newest collections, and I finally scored some more Buffies. So I got Drusilla, and Drusilla is Spike's squeeze and the main storyline before things take a turn and he becomes good and all that happy good stuff. A little bit of Drew there. Her car's not in the best shape, but again, the pricing on these is the right price. And then one character becomes a regular, starts off as a vengeance demon, but then becomes engaged to Xander, helps run the magic shop. Then you've got Anya. She was a vengeance demon, but Anya's great. But the fun thing about Anya is vengeance demon could wreak havoc, do terrible things, but the one thing that scared her the most in the world, she even sings about it during the musical, are bunnies. So there was one episode of Buffy. She's terrified of bunny rabbits.
Okay. I wasn't sure if you said bunnies or buddies.
No, bunnies. Rabbits. So there was one episode of Buffy where they were going to Halloween and they had to dress up as their scariest, as something scary. So there's Anya with the bunny costume. And comes with a bunny. So I really dig that. 3 great figures. Going to go up on the new Buffy wall that's accumulating more figures. This will eventually be opened. It's not a Funko, but it's Funko-ish. It's a Titans vinyl figure. My boy Spike. That'll eventually be opened. And we'll set it up on that. And then let's travel to Whatnot. For this gentleman, and I think it may have been his wife's wife/girlfriend, whatever she was. It may have been her collection. But he was selling these Buffies for $5 a pop. And I got them all with the first stack I'll show you for $5 a pop, but one. This is one time I got bid up. All right. But I seriously believe I bought half, if not more than half, his collection. And just like your mini mates, there you go.
Awesome.
They're Palisades. So there's Buffy, comes with a ton of different accessories, outfits, and this is why I asked if you were going to unbox yours, because I'm not unboxing these.
Yours
There's
comes
just
in a cooler
too many
box,
small pieces. What's that?
Yours comes in a cooler box, though.
Yeah. So you got Buffy. This is the one I got bid up on. Willow. I think I got her for 11 instead of 5.
It's not terrible.
We got the Scooby Gang. Cordelia. Xander. Seth Green, a.k.a. Oz, a.k.a. the werewolf on Buffy.
Oh.
Giles. Oops. Thankfully, I was worried this was going to get run up because I really wanted Spike. There's Spike. This cool jacket. These great little accessories they come with too. I mean, like I just realized he comes with a pack of cigarettes.
Nice. How do these compare in scale to your Lego G.I. Joes?
They're taller.
Okay.
Just knocking anybody over here.
If they were
They're
close enough in size that you could make them fight.
Oh, you can make them fight. No, but they're much bigger.
Oh yeah, they're good and big.
Talk about obscure.
Never mind.
Obscure character. Jenny Calendar, who ends up working in the library and becomes kind of a love interest with Giles.
Yeah,
Sure.
obscure. Some of the ones I didn't buy were more of the vampire-ish characters. He had Angel and a couple others.
But then I had to go ham and get the exclusive Buffy Cemetery 3-pack with Buffy, Willow, and Xander.
Nice.
The last figure I bought, it was funny, he had 2 left. And he had this one at 10. And I said, will you do it for 5? And he said, I'll run him at 7. Because literally, it was me and 2 other people, I think, bought him out of everything.
It's usually how it goes.
And so I got a Comic-Con exclusive, and it is Oz, redhead, and he comes with his band's poster, Dingoes Ain't My Baby. So I got him for a nice little $7 pickup.
Solid.
And this was probably the most expensive piece. I can't remember if it was 15 or 20. I tend to think it's 20 because it comes with 4 figures, but it's the Buffy exclusive Halloween pack. And there it is. And they all come in costumes. You've got Buffy, Xander. Oh wait, maybe that's Willow. Willow, Xander, Buffy, and then Cordelia here at the end. This one I may have to, and they all come with these little cards as well. All these different accessories. You can change whatever. I may have to bust this one up because it won't display in my case. The box is too long. So we'll see.
Vertically.
Yeah. But a ton of Buffy. When I first saw these figures, because I thought I didn't read the description carefully enough, and I thought it was going to be the larger ones that I, like these, and I was ready just because he was advertising them at $5 a piece. I'm like, oh, I'm going to get a lot of this collection. Nope, nary a one from that sale. And then when he started popping these, I'm like, do I really want them? And it's funny because the order he was going in, I almost clicked away because he put, I don't remember who he put up first, but it was some obscure character. Maybe it's just been a random vampire. And I'm like, no. And then it was Buffy for $5 sitting there. Nobody's bidding. Okay, let's see what happens. Bid. I won her. Then it was Xander. Bid. I won it. So I was like, oh no. And then it became, I had to get the Scooby Gang. I had to get Buffy, Xander, Willow, Cordelia, and Oz. I had to get them. And then Spike was the bonus. Giles, I really thought Spike was going to get bid up, but he did not. Maybe it's my own delusions of how much I really like Spike, even though he's such a jerk on the show. But I love him. But so the Buffy haul has gotten much, much larger.
Do you want to do an episode sometime where you just sort of do a compare and contrast and really go back and forth on the merits of Buffy versus Supernatural?
This is not a toy, but I don't know if you can see that. I cannot be possessed by demons or whatnot. No pun intended there. For this necklace is not mine.
The fact that you're holding it right in front of the same symbol on your T-shirt,
isn't it great?
Was very good.
that was unplanned too. I forgot about that till you just said something. And actually, it is a charm necklace. There are 4 more charms. I don't think I'll never change it unless I lose this. So, yeah. Yes, but I can't wait till they do the Buffy Supernatural team up. Anyway.
Nice.
The floor back to you, sir. I have 2 piles left. How many do you have?
Between visiting Big Fun and whatnot, and I even spent some time on eBay. My Toy Biz X-Men collection has almost perfected itself in the last month or so. For example, our last episode talked about picking up the a Jean Grey figure in her Age of Apocalypse look, and how there was only one Toy Biz Age of Apocalypse figure left for me to find, and it was this one. This weird Age of Apocalypse version of Omega Red that I found just somebody selling one day on Whatnot, and got him for a couple of bucks. He had it labeled as Apocalypse. And so I had to sweep in there and really hope no one else bid it up or anything. So got it for a steal. And it's such a weird looking figure. I mean, just from where you're at, how about them proportions?
Yeah.
The head is huge. His elbows do not have articulation. His legs seem very thin. He does have some sort of
action
switch
feature
in the back in there that seems to be locked. So I'm still going to look for this guy carded, but this is the first time I've actually seen one of these in real life. So I had to scoop it up just so like as like proof of life or like
Mm-hmm.
proof of concept kind of thing. So I have one, and I just wanted to brag. Um, because I also found this, which was very cool, which is sort of the basis of this entire show. So I don't know why I led with it. Um, but somebody was selling one of these, and this is a repaint of the original Toy Biz Colossus
Mm-hmm.
in some real slick black and red, which I only assume means this is the stealth version.
Stealth version, Colossus Stealth.
But like, what is this? What is this card? Like, it does not look like I've shown a lot of Toy Biz toys on this show, and like this card is not on any of them. This is from 1998.
Wow, that's not that may have been too late. Remember when they did Wolverine and the X-Men? They had that short-lived cartoon.
Yeah, I think that has not happened yet. But like, this is 98. The original one, which is like right there, was like 92.
Uh-huh.
And like they didn't even like they weren't even like, hey, let's make a new Colossus. Like let's just
How
paint
else
him a
would you get
different
the
color,
cool dumbbell?
right? It's a terrible figure. Like it always has been. I had one growing up, and I'm trying to fight Magneto with a Colossus that can only do this.
Right.
Like it's awful. But I'd never actually seen one of these in real life either, and it's a little beaten up. What do you want? But it was really cool to find it carded because one of the figures that I've always been on the lookout for, and I say lookout like it exists, but like one of the things that I always hope Marvel Legends makes is Colossus in his Acolyte's uniform with the purple and the red. And I'm like, that's kind of close. Maybe that's what they were going for. By 1998, he wasn't on the Acolytes anymore, so probably not. But it is one of the closer attempts.
Mm-hmm.
So I went for it. But it's not the best version of almost Acolyte Colossus that they ever went with. This one is. This is the Battle Brigade Colossus,
Natural.
which, like, I want you to realize that these two figures come in the same toy line.
How many years apart?
Well, this one came out in 1998.
Right.
This was probably the same one, but like, Toy Biz is so wild. Like I could pull down a couple more, like the old Long Shot or the old Shatterstar. Like think of how crazy this looks
Sure.
from like that first line of X-Men figures. Just like again, I love it because it's like the purplish pink and red. And fun fact, this is called like Power Punch Colossus. These are all the accessories it comes with. So I'm like, why is it called Power Punch Colossus? Because apparently these shoulder pads come off and you can plug them into his wrists. So they become punching gauntlets. And I forget which one it is. I think it's like this one comes off. Like that's all the articulation his arm has as well. You plug it in there, you can punch. I can't do it with the other one. The peg was snapped off, and like the half of it, it came like this, was embedded in there. So I super glued them together. So that's why it's on there. But this was a figure that I've always wanted because as goofy as it is, and as ridiculous as it looks with the rest of the Toy Biz line, it's the closest they've gotten to Acolyte Colossus. So it was kind of a bummer that his shoulder pad was broken.
Mm-hmm.
But that's okay. I also got a carded one. When I went to Big Fun and found that Flash Gordon, like I said, I saw a figure there that I did not know existed, which is wild because it's a Toy Biz X-Men figure. and it's Apocalypse. Say, and look at that shiny logo,
That's
the
a
X-Men Classics Apocalypse. And what I want to point out is look at that color scheme. The blue and black is great, and I just bought like the Apocalypse 2 version loose at a show for like $5 a couple weeks earlier. So it's very fresh in my mind. Again, that Apocalypse was blue and darker blue. This one's dark blue and black. So what does that mean? This is
Right.
the stealth version.
stealth version. Thank you. I got lost in
No,
all the.
but this Apocalypse is wild because that is a completely different arm than what comes with like the previous version of this figure. Like it's the same sculpt and everything. Arms the same, body's the same. So it's a repaint that they made a completely new arm for and a completely new face. Because
Okay.
even if it doesn't focus, like look at this, like the smirk or whatever he's got going on.
Yeah, that little grimace going on. Yeah.
Yeah, like he's doing that on the
Except
figure.
except upside down.
Yeah, he's like,
It's
it's like, oh, I got it stuck in my teeth.
right there.
So this line came out in 2000. I mean, the original version of this was probably like 94 or something. If you're
Mhm.
wondering, it looks just like the Apocalypse from like the God, what is it? The Marvel Masterworks card. And I didn't know they made this line. A Toy Biz is still pumping these out in the year 2000. Like that's wild. So I looked up this line, and there are a handful of figures in it. This is the only one that got changed at all. Like I think there's like a terrible Wolverine. They put like the second Sabretooth in it, a couple other ones. They're all exactly the same. This is the only one that got a different coat of paint and a completely new piece. And I gotta say, it looks awesome. Um, like I didn't have like the second Apocalypse on card, and if I run into one, I'll still get it. But this is awesome. Um, like what could be more exciting than finding a figure that I didn't know existed in a line that I have spent way too much time like invested in the first place.
Yeah, that's always fun when you find those surprises.
And we'll focus on that. It was $10.
There you go.
So this is a crazy find. Like one of the best things I've found like all year. Super stoked. But I'm not done. Do you remember last show when we went to the Columbus show and I got Big Angel in his ridiculous Savage Land like armor and his shorts and everything? And one of the things that we joked about with that figure is how goofy his head looked, if you remember that.
Mhm.
And I found out that that's just what his head looks like. Because I got this Archangel, and I don't know if it'll focus on it, but that's the same head.
Okay.
I don't know if the glare will ever allow it to. But it's the same big hair, the same like which is so weird. But I always wanted this figure. This one came out 1995, which seems really early. Like I thought it would be closer to like 97 or something. Because I've had that first Archangel since I was a little kid. Played with it so much, like his one wing never stayed on. Never had Archangel 2 here, which, yeah, I love how you just call it Archangel 2 to differentiate it. I think the wings on this are real simple and real good. I like that they took his headpiece off, let his hair out. He's got a better build than, again, that first line. Everyone is so scrawny, which again makes these so wild. But I was real happy to get this figure because I also got this version of it, Which I want to point something out. Again, yeah, this one's 96. So
Okay.
some time did pass. They are the same figure, just repainted, except for the head.
I was going to say the hair looks different from here.
Yeah, for some reason, and maybe it's because it's just so darn goofy. By the time they put this version in the Battle Brigade, like my buddy Colossus there, they gave him a new head sculpt, a new hair. And I don't know if you can see it, because I don't think it's going to focus. But like this one, his hair is like coming up. Like you can see underneath it to like the
Yeah.
peg that's supposed to be sticking to his hair. And what's wild is on the back, again, I don't know if it'll focus, that's not what's in the picture. In the picture on the back, he has this head.
Mm-hmm.
You can clearly see like the hair and everything. So I don't know what changed between then and actual production, but I'm glad they did. I don't know what's going on with his hair and why that's in there, because on the red version that I got, his hair is normal, and it's actually on his head.
You got all the angels.
Got all of them, baby. Like I've been waiting for this day to come since we like started collecting toys. Because I always loved Archangel. Like he used to be, I don't know if he is anymore, but he used to be a top 5 like superhero for me growing up. Got the issue where he gets his original wings back. Love it. Like one of my favorites of all time. I was very surprised that these versions have different heads. Was not expecting that. But this is such a big addition to like my collection. Like such a good piece. Because I'm almost at the end. I almost have all the Toy Biz figures I want. So
For now.
Thrilled. They're not making more.
Doesn't mean you're not going to get any of the other ones you say you don't think you want.
So I'm thrilled to have those to the point where it would almost be like, I don't know, that would almost be the best thing if I also didn't get these. Because along with these mini mates, I ordered these from the same guy who's selling them again from his own collection that he had for forever. I got some cables.
Uh-huh.
This cable I actually have. I still have the one that I had growing up. It's okay. It's the one where like chunks of him blow off so you can see the like cyborg parts underneath, which is fun, but like he looks goofy, the other 90% of the time. The costume's good though. That's why I wish like his face looked more normal. This one I never had, so I'm real excited to find this bad boy with his cool shoulder launcher there. This is a good cable. Like I love the blue and yellow costume. He's got a normal face that's not blown in half, and he's not like in a scuba outfit or doing anything too ridiculous. Like yeah, he's
not in stealth mode.
Yeah, that one is. That one literally says stealth cable. Yeah. Like I'm not a huge fan of play features on these. Like, just give me an action figure. But this one's even like decent because it's just he's got a missile launcher. That's fine. But the most important thing about finally finding these 2 cables is that's all of them. Like I now have a full collection of Toy Biz cables.
Well, congratulations.
And that's huge. There might be a couple still out there from like the early 2000s when Toy Biz was like starting in like Marvel Legends. Like I think there's a weird box set. I don't care about those. So I don't know if I have every cable figure ever made, but I have the ones that I care about.
Uh-huh.
And I don't know if you can see it from the angle that the camera's at. Like I've rearranged the room here and taken down some of the other figures that I had up so that I could put up all the cables. So I just have all the cables in a line. These were up there. I took them down off the wall specifically for this episode to talk about how I have all the cables. And I know what all the cables are, but I don't think my mind ever put together how many cables there actually were. So it's very cool to see all of them up there, and that's like I still have a few up on the shelf. So not every cable is up on the wall, but it is very cool to be able to check that off the list and look up there and see all the cables.
Very good.
So it was very good. Back to you.
I'm gonna be a dick here for two reasons. One, John now
It's
has to
fun.
bleep that. John now has to bleep that out. Two, my Buffy stash was twice as many figures as that, and I talked for maybe 10 minutes on that. He just spent 10 minutes on cable alone. For the love of God.
Worth it.
So, a sorbet to cleanse the palate, so to speak, before we get to the main course and dessert. I want Black Series.
Okay.
I'm just waiting for you to get situated.
You thought that was a lot of talking. My next section is the biggest pile yet. Go on.
Go faster. Mando.
Nice.
Just a nice little Mandalorian. Great. And I got these in a bundle, yet again, a great price. And I don't care what anybody says. I really enjoy The Force Awakens, and I love Rey. And the fact that she came with BB-8 is fantastic. Maybe not the best face sculpt, but a nice little Rey figure. BB-8, you know, I just adore her. I really do. And the piece de resistance, the one I've been looking for oh so long. Old Man Han. Finally got Old Man Han. I've been waiting to find him. Got these three in a nice little bundle on Whatnot, and decided to run with it. So, little Star Wars Black Series 2. Bring us back to an original collection, which is not really true. My original collection would be the Kenner Star Wars, the original Kenner Star Wars. But there you go, quick and easy.
That was it?
I got one pile left, but it's not a lot of figures either.
Okay. My last pile, everything I've gone through tonight has been like additions to ongoing collections. This pile is new stuff, new toy lines, new characters, all sorts of good stuff. Like I said, my Toy Biz stuff starting to wind down. Like, what am I going to do? Got to find new stuff. So I've dipped my toe in a couple of new pools. Sort of jumped in to another one. So let me introduce you to some new lines that I'm going to be collecting. Toy Biz X-Men line might be winding down, but you know it's not. Toy Biz X-Men 2099. I've seen these all over the place, and they're usually so inexpensive. Like people are trying to get rid of carded ones for like $5. So I've started picking them up when I've stumbled upon them, and I've found a couple of cool ones. This one's Breakdown, who comes with Dominic. Yeah, same reaction I had. I guess that's that guy's name.
Sure.
But much like that cable, his body parts also blow off. I don't know. That's fine. This one I actually think is cool, though. Junk pile here, I believe, explodes.
He looks like Fat Iron Man.
You know who I thought he looked like? He reminded me of Dirge from the Star Wars animated show, like the original Clone Wars animated series.
Jeez, I don't remember him.
Yeah, I don't know if I still do. I think we used to have a Star Wars mini of him. But this is just a
yeah.
There you go. This is just a weird little line. I think there are only 2 of them, so there's like 10 figures max. So it'll be nice to pick up when I stumble upon them. They're usually pretty cheap.
Yeah.
I actually have one figure on my shelf there because I've had Skullfire since I was a kid. Next up, oh man, I don't know if you know that I got these, Kohan.
I don't think I do because I just saw the pile you pulled up.
Yeah, I got Thundercats.
I almost thought about picking those up, man. I was that close.
You can't because I got them.
Well, you're right.
Is it from the 2011 reboot of this? Which, have you ever watched this version of the cartoon? It's really good.
I don't think so.
Like, the animation is good, the voice acting is good, the storylines are good. It's a real bummer that it only made it 1 season, because they did a good job. It's like Thundercats, but the story actually makes sense. So got these off of Whatnot, believe it or not, from same place you got your G.I. Joe headquarters.
That's where I almost bought them from, Toys in the Attic.
Well, you can't, because I bought them.
Yeah.
And I bought all of them.
Good.
Got Chitara.
Was that first one Panthro?
Yes. Got Wily Cat.
Uh-huh.
Got a Mumra. Look at this little cape you can put on. And got a different version of Panthro.
No Lino, though.
No. So there's 3 or 4 figures I still need. Just going by the backs of these. Need a Lino. Need Tigra. If there's one criticism I have for the show, the Tiger wasn't very good. They made him like the old guy. Like, he has like a tiger mustache. It's kind of weird.
No, he should be. He was always kind of the wise one.
Panthro was the wise one.
Panthro was the inventor.
Same thing. And I'd like a big Mumra, like a Mumra without ever living.
Well, do they make any of the other villains like Slithe and Vultraman? No.
Line lasted about as long as the cartoon did.
Okay.
They do have, like, there's vehicles and stuff. I think there's a play set, which I don't think I'm going to go all on this. Look, there's a lizard cannon. There's a thunder tank that, like, splits off into a couple of motorcycles. Yeah, there's
Are they like
Tower of Omens play set.
Are they like 4 inches? They're not Marvel size.
No.
They're like a little taller than G.I. Joe, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Either 4-inch size little guys. The good thing is, I see these pretty regularly at shows, but I don't see these figures at shows. I'll see Lion-O and Tigra. Like, I don't think I've ever seen Wily Kit and Wily Cat. Seen Chitara a couple of times. So I think I'm not going to have that hard of a time getting those last few pieces. And it's been well established, big Thundercats fan. I think this show is highly underrated. So I just thought this would be...
I think you're in for a surprise, though. You think you only need 2, but if you have 2 separate Panthros, there's got to be...
They're different, though. They are you can see, I mean, just from their different poses, different hands. This one has like a big smile on his face.
That's what I'm saying. If there's 2 different Panthros, there's got to be 2 Chitaros, 2 Linos.
Yeah, you can see them on the back.
Oh well.
Like they've got the whole line up there. There is a Claudius on there. I think is Lino's dad. So like, there's, I mean, they
Tell me his name is spelled CLAW.
no, SEU. Like they were banking on this being a bigger hit than it was. So like they made stuff for it. Again, I don't think I'm gonna get like a Thunder Tank and all that stuff because I don't even know if I'm gonna open these. So what would be the point?
Right.
But it's a cool line because A, bundled them all, so I got a really nice price. So that was a bonus. And I really like Thundercats. Again, science fantasy. We need more of it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's. I'm glad that I got these. So now I am invested enough that I have to look for the rest of them at shows and so on. So that one's real fun. And my last thing for the evening. Again, a thing I found on Whatnot and asked the guy, "Hey, what are those over there?" And he pulled them and he goes, "Well, I'm selling both of them for $5 a piece, so I'll sell them to you for $5 combined." And I went, "Yes, I would like that." So that's how I started my collection of the Flash Gordon animated series figures.
Oh no.
Because I got General Lynch here and Ming the Merciless,
Wolf.
which are good ones to start with. These are 1996 from Playmates. And going back to your story about how you've never been sniped on Whatnot, I have. And it was on this figure. Not this one, because I have it, but a different one that somebody was trying to sell me for like, $2 or something. Because it was one of those shows where it's just like, I've got a table of crap. What do you want?
Right.
And
Yeah.
I was like, how much what's that Flash Gordon figure? And he's like, it's this, $2. I was like, okay, I'll pay $2. And then somebody bid on top of that. And I was like, okay, well, I'll still like $5 is fine. But he kept going. And I was like, well, I don't want it for like $9. Like, I have no attachment to that line. And the guy made some comment about, like the guy who won it made some comment about how that's like a $30 figure or something. Where?
No. Yeah.
So I was even more tickled when I got this and another figure for $5.
Yeah.
And it's a short line. That's all the figures. I'm already a quarter of the way there. But again, it's been well established that I like me some Flash Gordon. I like obscure 90s cartoons. So it is peanut butter and jelly. Why wouldn't I? And this is another line that I'll see every now and then. Like I'll see just a random figure of like some character from this show. So it's another one it'll just be nice to keep my eyes out for when going through shows and stores. And it's another line that nobody cares about. So I'll be able to get them for really cheap. So
except that one guy.
Except that one guy. So honestly, it's everything that I like in a toy line.
That's excellent.
Right? What do you got?
Speaking of dipping your toes.
Oh, good.
I've got plenty. None of them. You're right. I don't have complete collections of GI Joe or Marvel or Star. Well, I have lots of them, right, or where I want to go. And then started with the whole Buffy thing, and that is far from complete, but it's getting there. I'm working hard. But then I was watching Whatnot, and I've seen these figures time and time again, and I think they're just gorgeous figures. And just well sculpted, very realistic. And this is where Vincent Price comes in, because I think I got to get that figure. And probably that Mask of the Red Death you have as well. Because
Can't see it, but it's like back there.
I'm a huge, as much as I love sci-fi and fantasy and Star Wars and Buffy, when Buffy kind of and Supernatural kind of rolls into it, I love horror films. I love horror films. I love horror novels. I will watch them even if they're cheesy to see if it works or not. So I went ahead and started a collection of horror.
Oh no.
and I started with. I didn't start with this. This is my most recent of them. Halloween 2. And I picked him over the original Michael Myers because I remember watching this probably when I was probably a little too young. But my older sister and my 2 older stepbrothers, we were home, and so I was able to watch it. And I remember it scared me to death. I didn't want to admit it. It scared the hell out of me. And it's just a really good sequel as well. But look at the sculpts on these guys. And I really think it's great. They include this mask here, and that should be the Ben Tramer mask. That's, if you go back to Halloween 1, that's Laurie's date for the dance that's supposed to happen. That's the one they think is Michael Myers, and he gets hit by a car, and the car blows up, and he catches fire and dies. So you can make the Ben Tramer mask Michael Myers, and then you've got the weapons, the assortment of weapons, great pumpkin, different hand sets here. And because I just envisioned Vincent Price sitting in a throne, just surrounded by these horror monsters, right? So, if you got Mike, you got to do Jason. And again, I went with Jason from one of my favorite Friday movies is Part 6, and it's
Friday After Next. Oh,
no, and it's A New Blood, and it's the one where he fights the girl who's got telepathic powers, and so he's able to meet his match, and she's able to, it's cheesy, it's violent, it's 80s horror, 90s horror, and of course they have several different forms of Jason, but I think this one was played by the great Kane Hodder, who played Jason in several films. But look at that. Look at that. There's this rotting corpse. That's when his mask explodes and his grotesque face. This is the weapon he uses to kill the girl's mother. Classic machetes. This is where he offs the girl in the barn with the scythe. Just look at him rotting away. And again, there's so many different
full of accessories. Wow.
What's that?
They packed that full of accessories.
They really did. You got 2 machetes, some other implementation. You got one of those big tree loppers. You got the trimmer. He's got extra hands as well. But just a good Jason. I'll probably get another one, probably more classic. Like Part 2, he has the sack for a mask and one eye cut out. It's not very good. I debate which one to show you next because these are both great.
Wow.
The packaging on one is better than the other. All right, let's do this. Let's do this one. A little bit of levity. Don't say his name 3 times. He just might appear. I just watched the sequel.
Oh yeah.
This past week. It's not a good movie, but it's a fun movie. It's all over the place, but it's so much fun.
To be fair, is the first one a good movie?
Yes. I enjoy Beetlejuice.
I'm not saying it's not enjoyable. I'm not saying you can't like it, but is it good? Oh, what is that?
Look at that. Isn't that a great Beetlejuice?
That's something.
Yeah, I mean, just the different heads he comes with, too, because of the film. The newspaper where the wanteds are. He's got his Beetlegeist card. Beetlegeist. That's the newspaper ad he sends out. Just great. These are great looking figures.
Like 90% of what I know of Beetlejuice comes from the cartoon.
Yeah. But just good. And there are still plenty more out there that I've seen. I already know which other ones I'm going to. And again, it's a collection. I'm only going to get the ones I like. I won't be going out there getting everyone to complete because I think it's NECA. Yeah, it's NECA.
Yeah,
and they're pricey. But again, I got Beetlejuice, Jason.
My problem with NECA, as nice as they are, and I see them at there's so many stores around here, and they're at all of them, and they never go on sale.
No.
No.
When they sit there.
Like they have the Flash Gordon ones at the stores near me, the movie ones, which are great, but like I'm not gonna. I could get these Flash Gordons, so I'm not gonna get them. But they never go on sale. I do kind of want the Brian Blessed one when he's the Hawkman because it looks real good. But taking you on a tangent, yeah, NECAs are
That's all right.
like they're not terribly expensive, but they're not that cheap.
No, but I got Beetlejuice, I got Jason, and I got this next fella in a bundle. So I got him for a good price. I thought it was a good price. And even though the more recent adaptation is probably the better film, you have to go classic.
Oh, cool.
Tim Curry as
one.
Pennywise. Look at this.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah. He's got the balloon. He's got the fang face. He's got if I take them out, he keeps the grinning face. He's even got the hand that comes out of the sewage when they're going after him. Just another assortment of hands, but that creepy clown, just such a good.
The yellow is very good.
Oh, and they had the guy who I got from Whatnot. They had the updated Pennywise as well, who will be in the collection down the line. He's a good looking figure as well. But
that new It was very good. It too,
the kids' story is always better.
Yeah,
the part about the kids is always better than the adults.
Yeah,
but so I'm starting into horror, and I've seen some. I happened to be at the Exchange a couple days ago, and they have a bunch there too. That I was like, oh,
yeah. It always shocks me how much horror stuff is out there.
Yeah, and these are just they're beautiful looking figures. Beautiful, to describe a rotting corpse, okay, but they're well sculpted. But I just picture Vincent Price sitting like in a throne, and these guys just surrounding him like bodyguards. Like they're paying homage to one of the original horror masters.
You know what I want NECA to make? Speaking of Tim Curry, give me a NECA Tim Curry in Legend.
Give me a NECA Clue.
Big horns.
No, give me him as Wadsworth, and make all the other characters from Clue. I want that set.
I would hate that because I would. Again, NECAs are not cheap. And
no,
you would want all of them. Yes. That would be terrible.
And I would have all of them.
Clue is
so good. Yeah. So starting a horror collection.
You're right. I would not have guessed that.
Yeah.
Weirdly enough, though, I'm not surprised. Like that tracks.
Yeah. But I was excited for those figures, and again, right now they're going to stay in the box. They make them in. There's, like you said, so many great accessories.
And NECA's not terrible to take out of the box. Like you don't have to destroy it to take it out of the box.
And, I mean, I could have them fight Marvel. They could be restless in the
dark. Go have It the Clown fight G.I. Joe.
Yeah. I think Low Light could take him.
It'd probably be your best bet.
Yeah. So good pile of toys we got through. Finally.
Yeah, it's been a while. The algorithm is not going to be happy about us not posting more frequently.
Yeah.
But what can you do?
I might have a haul when I come back in a couple weeks.
That's right. You're going to be visiting what store?
Toy Federation. That's the plan in South Carolina, Greer, South Carolina. He just posted a video today of their grand reopening because he expanded the store, and I was down there last year, and he was just working on the expansion. And I saw this video. I can't wait to go in and see this store.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Take pictures.
If I remember.
I want to see what cool stuff.
Watch the video.
Yeah, well, he's not going to peruse through.
No, he's not.
Random 90s terrible toy lines. that I would
Yeah.
be interested in. That is the hard part of like Whatnot for me. Like everyone wants to sell normal stuff. Like all the shows are wrestling figures, Ninja Turtles, GI Joes,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm over there like, do you have Bots Master?
Besides this set, which was specifically designed to be Buffy, I've only found 3 of those figures online.
Yeah. Like I had to give the dude so many directions to find the way, because I was like, what's the bright yellow one? Because I didn't recognize what it was. So I had to go like, no, to the left of that. Okay, now go down one. No, not that. Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
So, because obviously, like they want to sell normal stuff that has the highest percentage of people buying.
Sure.
So I'm always surprised at how many people come into Whatnot shows and ask for horror stuff
Mm-hmm.
too. Because as someone who has no interest in it, why would anyone else?
Well,
So it's as someone who is interested in finding sort of weird stuff. Like I'm the person on Whatnot who comes in and goes, "Hey, do you have X-Men 2099?"
that's
No.
see, and you probably get better hits than I do. I'm like Buffy, and they're like, no Buffy. I'm like, I don't know what is Buffy.
It's not that good because I'll go in there and be like, "Hey, do you have Robin Hood?" And like, if they do, they also don't care enough to even like show you that because they're like, I don't know. No, I'm gonna go over and show the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers to the Power Rangers guy.
See, you're going to the wrong place, man. I often get quick yes or no's. I just ask.
Yeah.
Can't hurt.
Well, clearly neither of us is hurting for stuff.
Nope.
We do not have a shortage of accumulated toys. And I will say, I think we got through this episode pretty quickly.
We didn't do too bad.
Didn't do too bad.
And that's the bottom line.
What?
What?
Whatnot.
What?
Wrap us up, Kyle.
Well, thanks for joining us. Do all the YouTube stuff. Like, subscribe. Throw a comment if you start a new collection. Have a comment on our collections. We hope to see you soon. Do all that happy fun stuff. This has been I Bought Toys today. I'm Kohan.
I'm John.
And
It's
who knows
been
what
I
we'll
Bought
do
Toys
tomorrow.
today. Who knows what we'll do tomorrow? Good night.
Good night.